Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Daughters of Hadessah. My name is Gail. Today, let's look at Numbers chapter 27. I want to talk about finding and using your voice. We all know the story of Moses and the children of Israel coming out of Egypt, where they had been slaves. Now, upon leaving Egypt, Moses and the children of Israel are in the desert. They are about to enter the promised land. Before they entered the promised land, Moses and the leaders gathered all of the males from the 12 tribes of Judah and decided to distribute their inheritances, disperse their inheritances to all the men. The women were considered second-class citizens. They had no voice. They had no opinion. They were in the tents, preparing the house, preparing dinner for the kids, and things of that nature, while the men gathered to receive the inheritance. Now, the daughters of Zelophehad, they had no husbands. Their father was dead. He had no sons, only the 5 daughters. Now, there must have been no male relatives in the family, because the male relatives could have stood up for the daughters of Zelophehad and received their inheritance. But they had no one. So these 5 women were about to go into an unknown place, a new place, after being slaves with nothing. No husbands, no land, no inheritance, because they were women. The daughters of Zelophehad had to make a decision, like, what are we going to do? Are we going to go into this new land homeless, or are we going to get up and speak up for ourselves? Are we going to find our voice, find our purpose, what it is that we need to do, and speak up for ourselves? We're going to have to break some laws. We're going to have to do something new. We're going to have to break tradition. This is not going to work for us. So the 5 daughters of Zelophehad had a decision to make. They had to come together in their purpose, break laws, rules, do a new thing, go before Moses and the other leaders and plead their case. And tell Moses, now look, Mr. Moses, it's not our fault that our daddy ain't have no sons. And no, we are not going to get married to just anybody just to receive our inheritance. We want our inheritance. Our father was a very noble and upright man. We are 5 daughters, but we want our inheritance. Now, these women could have been stoned. They could have been demanded to marry men in order to get their inheritance, because they had no rights. They could have been rejected and simply told, go back to your tents. You don't belong here. But instead, their boldness got these women heard before Moses and the other leaders who granted and gave them their inheritance. Now, this was thousands of years ago when women had no rights. And we live in a day and age today where women have all the rights, equal rights. We can be anything we want to be. We can do anything we want to do. The only limitations is ourselves. But we allow people, rules, laws, traditions to keep us from doing what we know is in us to do. Rules and laws that say, oh, a woman can't preach. You can't answer the call to preach. A woman can't be the head over a man. You can't be a CEO. Own your own business. You can't do something that's greater than a man. You can't teach. You can't lead. Because you can't be over your husband. The devil is a liar. Sisters, rise up in your rightful place. Find your voice and use it. And when I mean your voice, I don't just mean your literal voice, which I include that also, because a lot of us are passive. We're pushovers. We allow people to treat us and talk to us any kind of way. And you need to learn how to speak up for yourself. And you don't have to be raunchy and ghetto and ratchet with it. You don't have to have an attitude. You can speak as a lady and say, I don't like that. Don't say that to me. Don't do that to me. Don't treat me that way. And speak up for yourself. Some of us are just fearful. I'm afraid to do it. I'm afraid to step out. What's going to happen? I don't like change. What if I try and these people reject me? You're people pleasers. Some of us allow our family, or ain't nobody in our family ever been no preacher. How you going to be a preacher? Who are you to be a prophet? God ain't called you to be no prophet. You just be seeing stuff and getting lucky. Be an apostle. You know how to structure and plant and raise up others, and it's a gift that you have of administration and things of that nature, and you let people talk you out of doing, seeing, being who God has called and ordained you to be. Your voice is silenced by other people's opinions, by rules, by denominations, by traditions. Nobody in our family has ever done that. How you gonna do it? How are you not going to do it? My sisters, I don't want to spend a lot of time stuck here because I could, but I won't. Find your voice. Know what's in you, what you're called to do, your purpose. Just like these daughters, step out, stand up, speak up, and walk into a new place with your inheritance. Otherwise, you'll be 90, 100 years old, rocking in a chair, talking about coulda, woulda, shoulda, if you had only done what you knew was in you to do. But you allowed yourself, your fears, others to keep you from finding your voice and stepping in your inheritance. Remember the daughters of Zelophehad. They broke traditions, they broke laws, but they received their blessing. My sister, you live in a day and age where you have nothing holding you back but you. Have a blessed and prosperous day.